So this is a pathetic situation these people are living in. We as IDPs are living in.
My name is Kefa Karuaya Magenyi. I'm an internally displaced person from Njoro in Defo. That is back in 1993 when I was first displaced and my father was killed. Then again, we moved to a new settlement scheme known as Barut Settlement Scheme next to Nakuru Town, 6 kilometers from Nakuru Town. Then in 1998, then the clashes locked up our area and then I was displaced for the second time. Now I'm residing within the suburbs of Nakuru Town with our members of our family which are numbering 9. I've lost so far my brother in the recent clashes and his wife. So far we are residing with the orphans in my house and I'm married. I have 2 kids and I am just a volunteer in the national network movement of the IDPs.
Wanainama, wanainuka, wanaona moto, wanatoroka, moto umewaka, moto.
This is a loose network of the movement of the people who have been displaced by ethnic clashes that locked the part of the country since 1991 to date. It is a membership of 54,000 families, and that one 18 to square of 8, we get the actual figure of around 400,000 victims of ethnic clashes.
In Thika district, we stay in forest, where we do not cultivate, since the land, this is a government premises. So the government does not allow us to cultivate or to plant anything there. Otherwise, they have provided us with only a shelter, of which it is only 10 by 10 square feet. And this 10 by 10 square feet is not enough for me as a mother who is having 2 children. And at the same time, I don't have some food to feed the children. The food that I normally get is a government relief food, which is not enough for my family and for some other families which are bigger families than I have.
So this is one room content of one family. No matter how many are you in number, but you are, according to the arrangement of this area, you're supposed to live in this one room. You are not allowed to have more than this.
With the children inside?
No matter how children you have.
Now, what we do normally,
okay,
gather them right at the corner. We put off the fire. Then we lay down 520 families.
We knew that Kenya was going to be this year holding very important elections, and we've seen that Kenya is just come out of a dictatorship by Daniel Arap Moi, who was virtually trying to be a life president. And we were aware that the Kenyan political landscape has been, there's been a lot of use of political violence, organized violence against opponents as a method of trying to secure electoral victories by the political parties in Kenya. So we knew that there were a number of forced displacements, forced evictions that took place in Kenya in 1992 towards elections, and that the violence is cyclical. We call it cyclical in nature because the violence levels increase each time we approach electoral periods. And because the Kenyan government has not been able to take decisive measures, 1, to stop electoral or related violence, 2, to ensure that those people who are victims, survivors of electoral violence and have been forced into displacements are provided with adequate accommodation, reintegrated into society so that they can begin to live a normal life. We felt we needed to carry out a thorough investigation as FIDH to see the level, the scope, and the size of the displacements and bring this to the attention of the Kenyan government, to the attention of the international community, so that those people who are victims of political displacements can be reintegrated into mainstream society again, so that they begin to live on their own accord and be given the respect and dignity that they deserve as human beings. We produced a report that highlighted this and made very strong recommendations to the Kenyan government and to the international community to take positive steps to ensure that these people are offered redress, compensation, and that they are integrated back into mainstream Kenyan life, so that they can carry on with their lives and not be objects of pity and people who live without human dignity.
Motigago take.